I want to pick that up. And I like this. Coming into this game, EVO's Legends understand
Fanny.
that Natalia is going to be a huge factor, especially given to the hands of Alter Ego. We've seen them come out on top, give them success on the Natalia, and that is going to be taken away. And like Miracle mentioned just now, Fanny is also available to pick up.
It's open.
I love this. EVO's Legends also have opted for the Julian ban. They do know that Alter Ego, they love to pick up this Julian, and this also leaves open a lot of heroes on the board.
Alter Ego can ban out the Fanny right now, but that again allows Evos to pick up Valentina, Paramis, whichever they see fit, and afterwards you're kind of wondering like what exactly is Alter Ego going to do, because we did mention that they need a strong roamer. Are they going to pick it in the early game, in the early phase of the drafting phase? Or are they gonna opt to actually wait a bit longer and risk it getting banned out?
They ban out the Faramis. Valentina and Fanny has been left open. For the first time in forever, Fanny is up for grabs, but oh, Evos, they pick up the Valentina maybe. Is this kind of a bait? Or is this just a smart move in general for EVO's Legends? Because they know that Silly Boy isn't too comfortable on the Fanny. So maybe they just leave it open. Sure, we'll pick up the Valentina. You think that we're gonna go for the Fanny. No, we're going for the Valentina. Now we're forcing you to pick up the Fanny. If you don't, we pick it up in this next phase.
That's true, that's true. That's what I wanted to say. Valentina was the wiser option for EVO's Legends, because the last time Silly Boy used the Fanny, he didn't do too well. He was not able to utilize the steel cables properly. He kept banging onto the walls in the turtle, like we've seen that so many times. And now Alter Ego Esports, they are going to be in the hot seat. It is going to be the Fanny pickup forced onto them, as well as the Paquito.
Oof.
They had to.
I mean, why not? The Paquito as well for Alter Ego, it's so good. It can be flexed to... At this point, I guess it's most likely going to go to Pi. But Pi on the Paquito, we have seen that he can do wonders, man. Pi needs an active playmaking hero to actually do work in the lane, because he doesn't enjoy just waiting, farming statically to the late game. For Evos though, I think maybe they feel a bit confident because they seem to actually play a very high IQ gameplay. So maybe they think they have the solutions, they have heroes they can pick to actually counter that Fanny. We'll just have to see how it plays out in the Land of Dawn though. And for Evos right now, are they gonna go for, again, a jungle pick, or are they gonna go for a roamer? Try to deny Leo Murphy instead.
Oh, they actually secure a gold laner and an XP laner here for Pendragon and Clover. Heavy emphasis on the side laners for EVO's Legends, and that mid lane is now, it's up to Alter Ego to pick up a hero for themselves. The Cho is still open. The Julian was banned away, so the Cho could definitely be an option here for the side of Alter Ego. We know that when Leo Murphy gets the Cho, they are able to play much more comfortably around the map.
You know, Frank will be an option as well. It is still open, and it's a counter to Fanny, so Alter Ego, if they want to, they can pick it up, use that early aggression, deny the potential for Evos to use that suppression onto the Fanny. Again, all the options available right now, but all depends on how they want to play it out. Do they want to be a bit more aggressive? Do they want some guarantee in the late game? They go for that Lunox for Udil.
Okay, so Lunox pick here coming in from Alter Ego Esports. This is interesting. Udil doesn't really play with that high ground type of hero so far. We've seen him pick up the Julian as well as the Lilia mostly. So the Lunox pick is going to come through once again for Udil, and it can, in the late game, be that factor that they need, that burst potential that they need, especially going against someone like the Esmeralda later on. Now, Alter Ego Esports, I do believe it is going to be wise to start limiting down the counters towards Fanny. If they don't pick up the Cho for themselves because they opted for the Lunox, I do think that the Cho is a good option for them to ban out, but they are going to start with the Kufra, one of the heroes that of course also can inhibit the projections and the movement from the Fanny.
And it's very interesting that EVO's Legends didn't opt to go for the Franco pick early on in the first phase, because usually when we do see a Fanny, the main counter towards it is the Franco, able to use that Bloody Hunt just to keep her from dashing, from using those steel cables. But again, EVO's Legends, they leave it up for grabs. They pick up a Brody, which kinda can do the same thing, Lockdown CC is something that he has in his kit. He can also use the torn apart memory to really chase down, even though Sunny Boy uses the Fanny, using the steel cables to get out. But again, we are seeing respect here in the second phase. Alter Ego respecting Dreams with the Kufra ban. And also, like you mentioned, the choke comes in, but it's not from Alter Ego. It is from EVO's Legends. We might see a Franco ban now for Alter Ego. Wait, did Moba Zane and... Okay, so Moba Zane and Fried Chicken, they used the EVO's jersey last time when it was the El Clasico Arashi, and now they're using the Alter Ego jersey against EVO's.
You never really know with the guys from BTK, man. They're a fickle bunch for sure. So, but here the head-to-head between Mover as well as Nino, the Beatrix seems to be the highlight hero in general for the past 2 weeks. But we'll just have to see. Both these players won't be on that Beatrix, and the Ruby will be banned from Alter Ego, hinting like they're gonna go for something aggressive. They want to make sure that EVOs do not have solutions to try and stop the mobility, the aggression coming in from Alter Ego.
Once again, the Franco is still an available option here. I wonder if they want to pick this up for themselves, because last time Leo Murphy has used it, but so has the side from EVO's Legends now. Who do you think is going to be the choice here? Do you think they're going to ban it away or leave it open for Alter Ego Esports to take?
Ban a gold lane. I think that's the wise choice here. You already have a Brody, maybe banning a Claude?
Melissa?
Melissa. We haven't really seen a Melissa on the hands of Nino, but they go for another ban towards Leo Murphy. 2 target bans towards Leo Murphy now. Alter Ego. What are they going to choose for that mid lane? They pick up a Pawpaw on the hands of Nino, presumably here. But again, we've mentioned this many times, Arashi. Nino is very similar to Kabuki. When he doesn't get those playmaking heroes, it doesn't feel like he's able to play the game the way he wants to.
Alter Ego right now are playing for a lot of pickoff, but for EVOs, I don't know, like I thought the Franco would fit Alter Ego more, but will that be too much pickoff? Because again, pickup only works when you have the resources available to burst someone down or to deter the rest of the team from going in. If you have Franco here against in Alter Ego's composition, yes, he can pull someone, but afterwards the rest of EVOs can just jump on that opportunity and go in along with him instead. Matilda will be the pick for EVOs. They want that in and out mobility that the Valentina and the Brody can take advantage of. They get that Bauman for that objective gameplay, and now Alter Ego, they have one last chance to throw a wrench in the planning of EVO's Legends. What will it be?
Is it a roamer? Oh, Franco up against this composition.
Exactly, it's a bit weird.
Very difficult, easily cancelled, and obviously the guiding win from the Matilda. This denies a whole lot of that lockdown potential.
Lolita?
Oh, Lolita. Against a Brody, that actually is a very, very solid choice. With this composition, they do have, you know, some AoE damage. With the Lolita, it can be comboed in, but I don't know. I feel like if you go for the Lolita, you're only trying to deny the damage coming in from that Brody. That's about it. Let's see the final pick for Alter Ego. Is it going to be the Lolita, or is it? It's a Lolita. There you go.
All right. AoE stun, potential to block projectiles. Right now, it seems like Alter Ego's composition isn't that bad. They have the Lunox to deal with the tankier members, the Balman and the Esmeralda. So a lot of options for that burst style gameplay, only if EVOs allows them to get those pickups in the early game zone.
I don't know, I just don't like seeing make or break ultimates on the opposite end of a Valentina.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's very, very easy for the side of the Valentina to really steal those ultimates, and especially on the hands of someone like Taz, a person who understands the pressure, the value of every single ultimate. We'll see how this plays out, ladies and gentlemen, as both the drafts have been set in place for EVO's Legends and for Alter Ego. We're going to enjoy this game watching it, because I believe it's going to be a bloody one here, as we are going to get ready to dive into the portal. The Land of Dawn is here. We're jumping straight into it for game number 1. EVO's Legends versus Alter Ego.
Game number 1 here is going to be intense. We already see the Matilda on Dreams, and remember the last time Dreams was on the Matilda, a lot of impact, being able to cover and even initiate fights with her ultimate as well.
Right now, Alter Ego has the advantage when it comes to burst and pickoffs, and for the side of EVO's Legends, it seems like they're stuck in a more reactive role. They can play for the objectives later on using that Bauman, but aside from that, as you can see, the damage coming in, the instant burst is just a lot more reliable on the side of Alter Ego.
And the early game is definitely going to kind of favor Evo's Legends in the mid lane, right? The Valentina can really clear really fast. When you add on the Matilda onto that, it's going to be really tough for the Lunox to really deal with it. And even in the jungle, Bauman is going to have a better time clearing up the waves and securing neutral objectives, and that's exactly what they do. Sutsujin with the Retribution securing the Lethal Wanderer, already having a little bit of a gold lead here in the game.
Right, but on the side lanes though, Popo and Koopa against Brody, Paquito against Esmeralda. Essentially, it's possible for Alter Ego to have it, have those winning lanes and translate that into big skirmishes. It just depends on Evo, if Evos will let that happen though.
Yes, well, we have a fun fact here by Grab. In MPL ID Season 9, Alter Ego Esports were sent home by Evos on the first day of the playoffs with a 3-2 score. So already some beef here from the side of Alter Ego. They do have a lot to prove, I guess, coming in from that history.
Revenge or repeat?
Right.
Alter Ego are definitely looking for revenge, but will this new era of Evo's Legends give in? First neutral objective about to spawn, Arashi.
Well, a lot of questions are on the shoulders of this man, Sally Boy, on that Fanny. We did mention that he seems just a tad bit uncomfortable on that hero, but if he's able to actually improve on that, there's a lot of opportunities he can take in the early game. Right now he's going for the purple buff, and the turtle is already spawning, and Evo seems to have the the jump, and he has the advantage here. Pi is getting caught on a weird spot.
Well, he is able to dish out the damage back onto him. Whoa, Chaos Assault used up, Knockout Strike as well. Pendragon getting caught low, but Udil, he's caught in the midst of it all. Falling Shaman placed in, Sunnyboy with the cables coming in, but is not able to really connect onto anyone, but now that's the combo, and that's the slice and dice. You expect him to fail on the Fanny, well, he got a double kill. First blood presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series. That's not what you want to see if you're an Evos fan.
Now, but let's see how Alter Ego Esports converts this, because they always go in for the kills, but they can't do anything with it. This is what we expect from the side of Alter Ego Esports, that uncontained aggression. And we'll see. I mean, so far they weren't going straight onto that turtle, and instead they're going back into their respective lanes and maybe looking for yet another pickoff on the board. But with that being said, Alter Ego Esports still leading with 800 in economy.
Well, it paid off for them in that situation, right? They went for the aggressive play. Udil was caught in a weird spot under the turret, but they were able to make it work on the back of that very important Fanny pick. So, as you mentioned, it's good in the early game, but it's not only about the early game. What can they do afterwards? How can they keep punishing Evo's Legends? And right now they go for the play, but Sunnyboy goes for it again.
The Numeron Blast as well, catching Dreams as Sunnyboy is able to capitalize on that, picking up another kill on the board. Alter Ego leading 3-0 in the 3rd minute of the game.
And if anything, it's Sutsujin that falls twice already, so they do have more pressure on those neutral objectives, and Alter Ego Esports will be able to slay this by the Samsung Galaxy A series. And now in the top side, we can see that Dreams is putting a little bit more emphasis, understanding that Clover might be having a little bit of a hard time against that Popple and Koopa.
Take a look at the emblems here. Saliboy and Pi with very aggressive options, and Nino attempts to be scaling into the late game with a weapon mastery, but honestly, I think it's an okay strategy, because in the late game, it's not like Papa and Koopa has low damage. He just shines a lot more in the early game, so he'll try and maximize that. Demon Slayer is on Suitsujin though. Unfortunately, with a utility roamer, he is forced to be one of the main front lines, and with the burst coming in from Alter Ego, they very intelligently target Suitsujin of all people, making sure that he is levels behind Saliboy if possible, so he cannot actually battle with Retribution.
Ooh.
And Saliboy goes in and goes for the steal.
Yeah, the lethal counter with the Retribution is so good to secure those objectives. That purple buff, but Alter Ego are trying to collapse up top. Clover gonna get caught here, flickering out to safety, but the damage comes through again. Sunnyboy jumping in all the way with the cutthroat, able to take the kill up, and look at the conversion. Alter Ego, you said it, they look for crazy kills, but they're not able to convert on objectives. Well, they've answered your question and your doubts.
Yes, this is exactly what we expect, and I think it's because they're using the new Axe effect. The better you smell, the better you play, and we can already see Saliboy, even though we doubted him on the Fanny, he's actually been able to get a lot on the board. Already sitting with a 3-0-1, was at some point a level ahead, but here we go.
Oh, Sutsujin, this is not where you want to be. One more cable is all he needs. He doesn't even need it. He used the cutthroat to secure the kill. Sutsujin, the rookie monster, is 0-3-0. Not having a good game in this series so far.
Wow, Alter Ego is playing aggressively, and they're abusing the Popple and Koopa. to make sure that they can get value from this play. Ooh, torn apart memory almost takes him out, but he escapes, and Udil and also Leo Murphy already making the rotation to try and punish that aggression. There's no tower available.
What? Wow! I mean,
Wow.
I guess that delayed the recall a bit, but man, that aggression by Leo Murphy. This is what we love from Leo Murphy. But Eterna, that was so funny to watch. The Popo and Cooper running. Like, oh my god, he was getting caught as well, but now Sunny Boy just putting on the pressure onto Taz. Fun fact, Taz's signature pick back in the MDL when he was still a jungler was the Fanny, so maybe Sully Boy is just trying to tell him how it's done.
Oh, getting a little spicy here between Alter Ego as well as Evo's Legends. And once again, in terms of economy, they're leading with almost 3,000 here in the 6th minute. And you can see already so much pressure here, Arashi. Even in the top lane, already so many objectives on the board for them. And Evo's Legends, they've been shut down, especially Sutsujin.
Well, Sully Boy so far has not been doing anything too flashy, but wow, he
Just as you
almost
say it.
takes on Taz. I was about to say, he doesn't do any crazy plays, but it's enough, you know, just to actually get the advantage. He has 4 kills either way, but right there he just turns up the pace, takes a bit more aggression with the blade. I have to see it's already built in his inventory. He does a lot of burst damage, and he's trying to make sure that he takes advantage of it and abuses it as much as possible before the members of Evo's Legends build up the physical defense.
Look at Pi though, Eterna.
Mm-hmm.
Playing it very, like, he's playing it with the positioning there to try to catch someone, but he's actually just going to go for the cut into that bottom side in between the base turn and the tier 2. Ooh. Leo Murphy actually forced the flicker out of Dreams. That's a very important resource, and oh, you got to be careful. Clover has to back up. Nino playing the lane really well as well. Like, look at how he's able to zone Clover from the wave, building up a 2-wave push actually here. Sully Boy jumps into the mid lane. Sutsujin not having a good time again in his own jungle. Gonna get slain as Leo Murphy jumps in with a stun onto Clover with a bite of Koopa as well. Nino puts the turret on the ground, taking it down there. And Alter Ego, they're not only taking kills, they're converting really well.
Wait, I just noticed something on the board here. Actually, Sully Boy's opted for a fighter emblem here, Arashi. What does this mean for them?
He wants to go for more of a brawling option because he wants to be face first in a lot of these fights, and so far it's been paying off. He doesn't have to actually one-shot people too fast because the way he's playing it, he's there for the long run. He's not trying to burst someone instantly and get out. He's there again and again to do more consistent DPS and still be around to make sure that Evos can't ignore him. He goes in, but Sutsujin, he actually uses a lot of resources to try and secure the orange buff, so Alter Ego, they can get a free Lord here.
Yeah. Like, lethal counter and retribution was used up there. The idea for Evo's Legends is they do not want to contest. That's why Sutsujin was comfortable using it there. They want to just go for the trades, but even in that top side, Alter Ego, they're controlling the waves really well. They're not really, you know, playing or giving Evo's Legends a chance to find their own tempo.
I mean, look at Nino already rotating around the map, getting those kills onto those turrets, just being a nuisance that we know a Popo and Koopa can be. And Alter Ego Esports, with that in mind, controlling all 3 lanes, getting all those turrets in all those lanes as well. They're going to be leading, but oh my god, Sully Boy goes in.
Whoa! Too aggressive there. 1 HP, Sully Boy shut down under the tier 2 turret against 4 members, but Nino is able to find a very good trade. Biden Koopa as well onto Taz as they look towards that mid tier 2. Pi is pushing on the damage. Udil is taking a whole lot of Sutsujin's HP off the game. 9 minutes in with the Lord. They might actually, they still haven't really used the Lord that much. The Lord is just coming in to that top side now, and Alter Ego might have a chance to actually make more use out of this Lord. Maybe getting a turret, but no, they just use it to destroy the passive coming in from the base turrets.
Wow, that's so aggressive from Sully Boy, and this is the problem we mentioned. He is not flashy with it. He cannot do those really high-risk, high-reward maneuvers. And all this time, he is 5-1, but it's off the back of very simple, consistent plays. You know, he's been using it more for macro than micro. And right there, he just tries a bit too hard to get value for his team with the Lord. And that is where Evo's Legends can find opportunities to try and punish him.
Now it's going to be really tough for Evo's Legends to really look for an opportunity here, and there you go. They go straight for Sutsujin. It really does feel personal now. Sutsujin has, you know, died 4 times in the last 10 minutes of the game, and Alter Ego do not plan to stop. They want to keep on going onto Sutsujin, putting a lot of damage onto him every single skirmish.
so far, Evil's Legends, they're not able to get anything on the board. Only 1 to 7 kills. And this is interesting. We've seen a lot of action happening, but it's only a total of 8 kills so far. And we can look at the player's gold here by UBS gold as well. And it turns out that Nino, even though he hasn't had a lot of kills on the board, he's been able to farm quite spectacularly as well as comfortably, just munching on all those turrets.
Exactly. The tower plating in the early game is also a big factor in why he is so wealthy right now. Alter Ego, they're waiting for the chance to go for the Lord, but if Evil's Legends overstep, as we mentioned, Alter Ego has so many tools available to try and get kills. This is why they've been so dominant, but this is also why they need to be so careful. If they mess up and let go of the gold advantage, a lot of their heroes don't scale that well in the late game. We've already mentioned this before, and we have to mention it again. That is the main key to victory that Evos can rely on.
I actually think that Alter Ego have the better late game too here. Remember, they have a Lunox. Evo's Legends with the Brody and the Valentino. Oh no, this is what we've seen from Alter Ego before, and they're doing it again. Onto Clover. He's going to be able to get that stun off. Blast by Taz as he turns it around. Pi taken low, but Nino is just busy with the turrets up top. Pi now going for the re-engage. Taz against 3 members, flickering out of the range. Leo Murphy goes in for the stun, and that's it for Taz. He's going to get taken down. Alter Ego 10 to 2 now. A 3-for-1 trade on the board as they look for the Lord next.
And all the while, Nino was just busy in that top side trying to push it in as well, maybe looking for a backdoor play while the members of Evil's Legends are either down or distracted. Alter Ego Esports now have the upper hand to get this next enhanced Lord. Evil's Legends once again on the back foot.
Has now with the Holy Crystal, he does a lot of damage and they can't really underestimate that, but whoa, they just go straight in. Alter Ego goes for the play.
Oh, Pendragon caught really low, gonna get caught in the trap as well. Nino's chasing him down. Oh my god, Nino, he is vicious.
He's
man,
running.
Every single time I see the Popo running, it's just so mean.
Oh man, as well.
He's running so fast because his body's really small, right? So it feels like he's running super fast. But here we go again. Evo's Legends, they're able to recoup and they're able to get back to full HP now. With Taz coming back in, respawn timers back to 0. Both teams having 5 members for the Lord.
The wave in the bottom side though is pushing in favor of Alter Ego. We already see that Clover is rotating there, so Alter Ego has an opportunity here. Evo's Legends, they're caught on a weird spot.
Let's see, such a chance still able to run away, but it's gonna get Chain CC'd, instantly knocked up and everywhere. Silly Boy doesn't want to stop. He goes in, forcing a dash from Dreams actually, and they get the Lord for free. Again, Alter Ego. Wow, that Lord Slain was presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series. Eterna, this is definitely not what we expected from Alter Ego. They're so disciplined.
I love being wrong. And we've been wrong in match number 1. Now we're wrong here in match number 2 for game number 1. As it seems like Alter Ego Esports, they're going to pick up the pace once again.
They want to go for perhaps another base turret here with the Enhanced Lord spawning. And again,
they're waiting.
They're waiting. It's very different, Alter Ego. They're grabbing these turrets like you guys can grab food at home with the grb.to/MPL promo code. You can also just scan the QR code there next to Silly Boy, next to Udil, if you guys want an easy way to access that promo code.
Right. Well, now, speaking about easy ways, Alter Ego, they can play with the Lord right here, and they have a ton of catch, a ton of burst. Evos, they need to be very, very careful not to lose any members before the critical moments of this fight. Alter Ego, though, this is play being made.
Pendragon gonna get Chain CC'd again. Oh my god, bursted instantly out. But now blast by Taz. This might be the moment to turn it around. They're able to find Nino. Pi jumping in again as that's gonna be the cutthroat popped in. Lumina Blast Flicker combo popped in by Leo Murphy onto Dream. The base is going to be targeted 1-0 for Alter Ego.
My oh